Hello everyone, welcome to FAH 102 H1F Art and Ideas, the Faces of Art History. This summer's edition of the course will be slightly different than previous iterations. The very first thing I want to clarify is that the course is held entirely online. Instead of meeting every Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will have the opportunity to study the course materials according to your schedule throughout the week. Then on Thursday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. Toronto time, we will meet via Blackboard Collaborate on Quirkus. I hope you will all join me on Thursday evenings because we'll be going over materials that are different from what is posted on Quirkus. Art history is filled with stories. Let me tell you a story about this particular object, the dish with one spoon wampum belt. The dish with one spoon represents the first treaty made in North America. The central purple circle represents a dish, and in that dish, the great peacemaker, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, cut up the beaver tail and put it in that dish so that we can serve it to each other with one spoon. The dish has three simple teachings. First, never take more than your share. Second, make sure there's enough food to go around for everybody. And third, don't foul the dish or take the dish. The dish with one spoon is foundational. We cut up the meat before bringing it into the ceremony. We do not bring weapons or sharp things into our gatherings, meetings, and ceremonies. We make sure our words and weapons don't come in and harm people. Subsequent indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. Unfortunately, history has shown that the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect was not maintained. Today, we present the statement of acknowledgement of traditional land to recognize and provide a moment of pause to reflect on the continued occupation of Indigenous land. We need to think about our relationship with the history of the land and colonialism. The land acknowledgement is a small but essential step towards the reconciliation process. We have erased Indigenous people from the public sphere, and we need to bring them to the forefront. Non-Indigenous people need to reflect and understand their responsibilities to this as well. Only certain people have the right to welcome you to this land, but anyone can do the land acknowledgement. I would like to read the statement out loud at this time. We would like to acknowledge the sacred land on which the University of Toronto operates. It has been the site of human activity for 15,000 years. This land is the territory of the Huron-Wendat and Petun First Nation, the Seneca, and most recently the Mississaugas of the Credit River. The territory was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and Confederacy of the Ojibwe and allied nation to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Today, the meeting place of Toronto is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work in the community on this territory. Throughout the semester, as we explore various historical periods and geographical regions, I'd like for us to recognize and reflect upon visible and invisible systems of oppression that exist within the discipline of art history. A quick introduction about myself. I may have forgotten to mention, my name is Samantha Chang, and I will be your course instructor this summer. Our teaching assistant is Derek Dunlop. You can find out more about Derek by listening to the video that he has prepared available via Module 1. I am, as you might have pieced together from the photo, an art historian by day and a classical musician by night. My research centers on the relationship between music and art in the 16th and 17th centuries. You will hear a little bit more about my work later on in Module 1. For the remainder of this introduction video, I want to give you an orientation of Quirkus. Throughout the next 6 weeks, we will be spending a lot of time on this platform. Check Quirkus and your U of T email often. 6 weeks will fly by, and hopefully we will have fun throughout the process. When you click on FAH 102 H1F on Quirkus, you should be able to see this homepage. The menu on the left that I have highlighted with a green box is a good place for you to start. Modules will take you to our weekly course materials. Right now, all the module page titles appear pale and faded. This is because the content is still locked at the moment. I will release new module content every Monday. Work through the materials in order. If a link does not work, email me right away. Now back to the menu on the left-hand side. Let's try clicking on Blackboard Collaborate located directly below Modules. The weekly live webinars and office hours are held via Blackboard Collaborate. If you have an office hour appointment, click on the session that says Office Hours. For the weekly webinar, make sure you are clicking on the correct week and date. When you click on the session, a menu will pop up on the right-hand side. Click Join Session, which I have highlighted with a green box. Once you join the session, this will be the screen that you see. For all the webinars, I have deactivated the webcam and microphone function for you to preserve bandwidth. Click on the purple button in the bottom right-hand corner to display a chat panel. The right-hand menu is where you can adjust settings such as turning off notifications for new messages and so on. In the center, at the bottom of your screen, you can raise your hand if you have a question. To exit the session, click on the white profile circle and select Leave Session. Poke around a bit on Quarkus and Blackboard Collaborate so that you will feel comfortable. If you require further instructions and assistance, email me at samantha.chang, C-H-A-N-G, @mail.utoronto.ca. I look forward to meeting you on Thursday. See you soon!